So I've been thinking a lot about the future lately. Not just the next smartphone or the next OS update, but the bigger picture. The way we work, the jobs we do, it's all on the verge of a massive shift. And the catalysts are technologies we talk about all the time on this channel. AI, data science, and blockchain. The future of work is changing fast. Here are 10 new jobs that will emerge by 2025 thanks to these powerful innovations. It's not just about coding or engineering anymore. This wave is hitting every single industry you can think of. We're seeing the groundwork being laid in so many different sectors. Think about healthcare, where efficiency can literally save lives, or fintech and banking, which are being rebuilt from the ground up on principles of transparency and security. But it doesn't stop there. This revolution is touching real estate, education, hospitality, and even core infrastructure like IT, energy, and government services. The very fabric of our professional lives is being rewoven, and it's happening faster than most people realize. The jobs of tomorrow aren't some far-off sci-fi concept. They're the next logical step in our technological evolution. In this video, we're going to break down 10 of these emerging roles. We'll look at what they are, why they're necessary, and what kind of skills you might need to land one. This isn't just a list, it's a roadmap to what's next. We're moving beyond the theoretical and into the practical applications that are creating entirely new career paths. So, whether you're a student planning your future or a professional looking to pivot, this is a look at the jobs that will define the next decade. Let's get into it. All right, first up, the AI healthcare workflow designer. Now, hospitals are incredibly complex systems. You've got patient intake, diagnostics, scheduling surgeries, managing staff, and billing, all happening at once. It's a logistical maze, and inefficiencies can lead to delays in care, which is a huge problem. This is where an AI designer comes in. Their job isn't to replace doctors or nurses, but to build the AI-powered backbone that makes their job smoother. Think of it like a super intelligent operating system for the entire hospital. They would analyze every single process, from the moment a patient walks in the door to the moment they're discharged. Using machine learning models, they'd predict patient flow, optimize operating room schedules to minimize downtime, and even manage supply chains so that critical equipment is always available. The goal is pure efficiency. It's about using data to shave off minutes here and there, which add up to hours, improving patient outcomes, and reducing staff burnout. This role is a perfect blend of data science, systems thinking, and a deep understanding of healthcare operations. Next, let's talk about money. Specifically, the blockchain financial compliance analyst. For as long as we've had banking and finance, we've had the challenge of ensuring transactions are secure, legal, and transparent. With the rise of cryptocurrencies and decentralized finance, or DeFi, that challenge has become way more complex. This role is the new sheriff in town for the digital economy. They live on the blockchain, using its inherent transparency to track and verify every transaction. Their entire job is to create and enforce the rules for a decentralized world. They would design smart contracts that automatically execute compliance checks, ensuring that transactions meet anti-money laundering and know your customer regulations without manual oversight. This isn't just about catching bad actors. It's about building trust. For fintech and traditional banking to fully embrace blockchain, they need to know the system is robust and secure. This analyst is the human layer of trust on top of the cryptographic layer of security, making sure every digital dollar is accounted for. Okay, this one sounds like something out of a video game, but it's becoming very real. The digital real estate asset manager. We're not just talking about managing a Zillow profile. This is about overseeing portfolios of property that exist in the digital realm. Think about virtual worlds like Decentraland or the Sandbox, where people are buying plots of digital land for thousands, sometimes millions of dollars. Someone needs to manage those assets, develop them, and lease them out for virtual events or storefronts. But it's not only about purely virtual property. This role also extends to tokenized real estate in the physical world. Imagine owning a fraction of a skyscraper in New York, represented by a digital token on a blockchain. An asset manager would handle these token portfolios, trading fractional ownership and managing the rights associated with those tokens, like voting on property decisions or receiving a share of the rental income. It's the intersection of property management, investment banking, and blockchain technology, creating a whole new class of real estate. Education is one of those fields that's, honestly, just ripe for a tech upgrade, and the EdTech personalization architect is at the forefront of that. The traditional one-size-fits-all model of education just doesn't work for everyone. Some students learn faster, while others, need a bit more time with certain concepts. This role is all about architecting learning systems that adapt to each individual student in real time. They aren't teachers, but they build the tools that give teachers, superpowers. Using AI and machine learning, they design educational platforms that analyze a student's performance, identify their strengths and weaknesses, and then dynamically adjust the curriculum. So if a student is struggling with algebra, the system might offer up a different style of video lesson or provide more practice problems. If they're excelling, it might introduce more advanced concepts to keep them engaged. The goal is to create a unique educational journey for every single learner, making education more effective and accessible than ever before. And the person making sure your stay is seamless is the hospitality robot integration specialist. We're already seeing robots in hotels, doing things like delivering room service or cleaning floors. But just deploying a robot isn't enough. You need someone to make sure these machines work harmoniously with the human staff and the hotel's existing systems, and most importantly, that they actually improve the guest experience. This specialist is part engineer, part customer service expert. They would be responsible for programming a robot's navigation through a busy hotel lobby, designing its interaction protocols so it's helpful and not, creepy, and integrating it with the hotel's booking and service request software. When a guest requests extra towels via the hotel app, the specialist ensures that signal is sent to the right robot, which then navigates to the linen closet and up to the correct room. It's a high-tech, human-centric role focused on making automation feel like luxury. Now for a topic that is both exciting and honestly, a little terrifying: quantum computing. And with it comes the need for an IT quantum security analyst. Here's the thing. The powerful computers we use today are secured by encryption that would take a classical computer billions of years to break. A quantum computer, in theory, could break that same encryption in hours or minutes. That means all our current security protocols for banking, government, communications could become obsolete overnight. This is where the quantum security analyst comes in. Their job is to future-proof our digital world. They work on developing and implementing new, quantum-resistant encryption algorithms that can withstand an attack from a quantum computer. It's a constant cat-and-mouse game. They would spend their days stress-testing networks against simulated quantum attacks, identifying vulnerabilities, and deploying next-generation cryptographic solutions. This isn't just a new IT job, it's a fundamental pillar of our future national and global security. Alright, so shifting gears to energy, which is honestly a huge area of innovation these days. The Renewable Energy Data Optimizer is, a really critical role for a sustainable future. Solar and wind power are just amazing, but they do have one big challenge: intermittency. The sun isn't always shining and, the wind isn't always blowing either. This makes managing the power grid incredibly complex. You have to balance fluctuating supply with fluctuating demand, and that's honestly a massive data problem. This is definitely a job for a data scientist with a passion for green energy. They would use AI models to analyze vast amounts of data like weather forecasts, historical energy consumption patterns, and real-time sensor readings from solar panels and wind turbines. The goal is to predict exactly how much power will be generated and how much will be needed, literally minute by minute. With these predictions, they can optimize the grid, deciding when to store excess energy in batteries and when to draw from it, ensuring a stable, reliable power supply while maximizing the use of every single renewable watt. With all this powerful technology, especially artificial intelligence, being used by governments, a new and vital role is emerging: the Government Digital Ethics Officer. When a government uses an AI to make decisions about things like public services, law enforcement, or resource allocation, the stakes are honestly incredibly high. If the AI is biased, it could reinforce systemic inequalities, leading to unfair outcomes for certain groups of people. This is, a huge ethical minefield. The Digital Ethics Officer is kind of like the conscience of the government's tech stack. Their job is to scrutinize every algorithm and data set used in public services. They would ask the hard questions: is this data representative of our entire population? Could this algorithm discriminate based on race, gender, or zip code? They would establish ethical guidelines, conduct bias audits, and ensure transparency in how AI-driven decisions are made. This role isn't just about technology. It's about making sure technology serves humanity fairly and justly. It's really a check and balance for the digital age. This next one is, honestly, deeply personal and incredibly important. The AI-powered mental health coach. There's a global mental health crisis, and one of the biggest barriers to care is access. There simply aren't enough therapists to meet the demand. And well, many people can't afford or find the time for traditional therapy. This role seeks to bridge that gap using technology, not to replace human therapists, but to provide crucial support. This professional would be a blend of a mental health professional and a tech product manager. They would work on designing and supervising AI chatbots and applications that can provide on-demand support. These tools can offer guided meditations, cognitive behavioral therapy exercises, and a safe space for users to journal and track their moods. The coach's job is to ensure the AI's responses are empathetic, helpful, and ethically sound, and to design systems that can recognize when a user is in serious crisis and needs to be escalated to a human professional. It's all about leveraging AI to make mental health support more accessible for everyone. Finally, let's zoom out to the big picture with the Smart City Infrastructure Planner. Cities are getting smarter, embedding sensors and IoT devices into everything from traffic lights and public transit to waste management and water systems. This creates an unbelievable amount of data about how the city functions in real time. But you know, data is useless without someone to interpret it and turn it into actionable plans for a better urban environment. That's the job of the Smart City Planner. They are the urban planners of the 21st century, using data science as their primary tool. They would analyze traffic flow data to redesign intersections and optimize public transport routes, reducing congestion and pollution. They'd use sensor data from trash bins to create more efficient collection routes, saving fuel and labor. They look at the city as a living, breathing organism and use technology to monitor its health and make data-driven decisions to improve the quality of life for every citizen. So there you have it. 10 jobs that didn't really exist a few years ago, but are set to become major career paths by 2025. From optimizing hospitals with AI and securing our finances with blockchain to building ethical frameworks for governments and designing the smart cities of tomorrow, the theme is, honestly, pretty clear. The future of work is about leveraging technology to solve very human problems. It's not about robots taking over. It's about creating new roles that require a blend of technical skill and deep, domain-specific knowledge. The pace of change is only going to accelerate from here. The skills that are in demand today might be different 5 years from now, which makes lifelong learning more important than ever. The key takeaway is that these technologies, AI, data, blockchain, are not just abstract concepts. They are powerful tools that are creating tangible opportunities across every single industry. The wave is coming, and for those who are prepared to ride it, the possibilities are pretty much endless. It's an exciting and honestly an amazing time to be building the future. These are just a few of the incredible new jobs on the horizon. The lines between roles are blurring, and new specializations are popping up all the time. But I'm curious what you think. Which one of these would you want to try? Is there another future job you think should be on this list? Let us know in the comments. It's always great to hear your perspective. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.